The year is 2022. The Al Thumama Stadium in Qatar is echoing with the roars of thousands. But one man isn't listening. Cristiano Ronaldo is walking down a concrete tunnel completely alone. Cameras are flashing, capturing the exact moment a dream dies. Tears are streaming down his face. At 37 years old, the world watched him get benched in the knockout stages, exit the tournament in the quarterfinals against Morocco, and leave elite European football altogether. The narrative was written. It was over. The era of CR7 at the grandest stage of football had officially concluded, but cut to the year 2026. Fast forward exactly 4 years later, the world is looking at a completely different reality. Cristiano Ronaldo is 41 years old, standing on the pitch in North America, wearing the captain's armband for Portugal in his record-shattering 6th FIFA World Cup. No male player in the history of the beautiful game has ever achieved this milestone. Yet, the question splitting the football world in two isn't whether he can play. It's whether this legendary titan is holding back a golden generation of Portuguese talent, or if he is the missing piece required to finally secure their first ever World Cup trophy. Today, we are breaking down the tactical shifts, the real behind-the-scenes drama, and the precise mathematical path that could lead Portugal to ultimate glory, or definitive heartbreak. The 2026 reality check. To understand if Portugal can actually win this World Cup, we have to look directly at the cold, hard data of what is happening right now on the pitch. The group stages in Group K just wrapped up. Portugal walked out into the tournament under a massive cloud of skepticism. Their opening match against the Democratic Republic of Congo ended in a frustrating, stagnant 1-1 draw. The media backlash was instantaneous and brutal. Critics blasted the manager, Roberto Martinez, claiming that starting a 41-year-old striker was ruining the tactical fluidness of the team. But then came the game against Uzbekistan in Houston. With the pressure at an absolute boiling point, Ronaldo did what he has done for nearly a quarter of a century. He silenced the world. He didn't just score, he put on a clinical masterclass, netting 2 goals in a massive 5-0 victory. And that game revealed a massive psychological shift in Ronaldo's game. When he scored his first goal, thousands of fans in the stadium stood up, waiting for the iconic, earth-shattering celebration. But instead of performing for the cameras, Ronaldo did something unexpected. He sprinted straight past the corner flag, ignored the spotlight, and dove into a massive group hug with his teammates and Roberto Martinez on the bench. He used his moment of triumph to absorb the media pressure for his squad. Minutes later, when Portugal won a free kick in prime CR7 territory, Ronaldo lined up as a decoy, whispered a trick to Nuno Mendes, and let the youngster smash it past a fooled goalkeeper. Ronaldo didn't need the individual stat. He wanted the win. Following a tight 0-0 draw with a dangerous Colombia team, Portugal secured their spot in the crucial round of 32 against Croatia. They are officially in the mix. In past World Cups, specifically back in 2006 or 2014, the problem with Portugal was simple. It was Ronaldo, and then it was everyone else. If you stopped Cristiano, you stopped the entire nation. But the squad representing Portugal in 2026 is arguably the deepest, most terrifying pool of talent on the planet. Look at the spine of this team. In goal, you have Diogo Costa, a world-class shot stopper who can win penalty shootouts single-handedly. In front of him, Ruben Dias serves as a defensive anchor, a Premier League champion who commands the backline with military precision. Then you look at the creative engine room. Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva are elite playmakers operating at the absolute peak of their football intelligence. They are players capable of unlocking any low block in the world. And on the wings, absolute lightning. Rafael Leão and Pedro Neto bring raw, unpredictable pace that forces opposing defenses to drop deep, which opens up massive spaces in the midfield. This means Cristiano Ronaldo no longer has to drop back, build the play, outrun 20-year-old fullbacks, and cross the ball to himself. His role has shifted dramatically. He is now the ultimate hyper-efficient fox in the box. Even while playing in Saudi Arabia for Al Nassr, he managed to bag 26 goals in 29 games this past season. His predatory instincts haven't aged a single day. But it isn't all smooth sailing. There is a massive tactical dilemma that Roberto Martinez has to solve if Portugal wants to hoist that trophy on July 19th. Ronaldo is a lethal finisher, but at 41, his defensive work rate is statistically low. He cannot press aggressively from the front for 90 straight minutes. When Portugal plays high-pressing modern tactical systems, having a striker who doesn't press can create a massive disconnect. It allows opposing central defenders time on the ball to build out from the back. In the Euro 2024 tournament, we saw moments where Portugal looked stagnant because the midfield had to run double the distance to cover the defensive gaps. If Portugal faces elite, transition-heavy teams like France, Germany, or a dangerous Argentina in the later knockout stages, this lack of pressing could become fatal. Martinez has to decide whether to start Ronaldo and use the blistering pace of Leão and Neto to cover his defensive tracking, or use Ronaldo as the ultimate super sub, a lethal weapon brought on in the 60th minute to terrorize tired defenders. It's a high-stakes chess match, and Ronaldo's willingness to accept whatever role serves the team will dictate how far they go. Let's talk about the history, because psychology plays a massive part in winning a tournament that lasts an entire month. Portugal has a strange, complicated relationship with the World Cup. Their best ever finish was third place, all the way back in 1966, under the legendary Eusebio. In the modern era, despite winning Euro 2016 and the inaugural Nations League, the World Cup has been a place of bitter disappointment for them. Ronaldo himself has scored in a historic 6 different World Cups, an absolute mind-blowing achievement. But remarkably, he has never scored a single goal in the knockout stages of a World Cup. All 10 of his historic tournament goals have come in the group stages. This is the final ghost he needs to exercise. The pressure on his shoulders isn't just to win, it's to break a lifelong curse that has kept him from matching the ultimate international achievement of his career rival, Lionel Messi. The entire football world is watching, waiting to see if the scriptwriter of football has one final, poetic twist left in the tank. So, can Portugal actually win the 2026 World Cup? The answer is an absolute definitive yes. They have the squad depth, they have the tactical flexibility, and they have a manager who trusts his players completely. But it will not depend on Ronaldo scoring a flashy hat trick from 40 yards out like he did against Spain in 2018. Portugal will win this World Cup if they play as a unified collective. If Ronaldo continues to play with the selflessness we saw in the group stages, acting as a tactical decoy, absorbing the immense media pressure, and mentoring young stars like João Neves and Francisco Conceição, Portugal will be completely unstoppable. The road through the knockout stages, starting with Croatia, is a gauntlet of fire. There is zero margin for error. But if there is one thing we have learned from the 24-year career of Cristiano Ronaldo, it is this: never, ever write him off. When the world says it's over, that is exactly when he arrives.